So in my English class right now, we are reading Macbeth. You know, oh, double, toil and trouble, you're gonna be king, kill some people. Okay, fine. That play. I love Shakespeare. I've only read, comparatively speaking, of his whole, I don't want to say repertoire, but his whole, whatever the word you want to call it is. I've only read 3 plays, now 4, and we're still reading Macbeth, and several of his sonnets. But I really love Shakespeare. I love the way he used language to tell these stories. I mean, there are just some passages that they just make me ache with the beauty and the want of being able to write that well, you know? So, despite my love of acting and love of theater and enjoyment of Shakespeare, I'm playing First Witch, and today I played First Murderer. The reason being, I don't want the same thing to happen that happened freshman year when we were reading Alice in Wonderland. I had just listened to Alice in Wonderland from StoryNori.com with Natasha reading Alice in Wonderland in this beautiful British accent. So, we open a book, and I literally just finished it like the day before we started reading Alice in Wonderland. So, we open the book, I say I want to read first, and I break out into a British accent. I'm reading, let me find my book. I'm reading. I don't know where it is! So, I'm, sitting there reading. Oh, blah, 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 introduction, nobody cares about that. Okay, so I'm sitting here reading. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had been... And I break out into that accent, and I read the entire chapter in that accent, oblivious to what anyone else thinks. So I decide I'm not gonna be fearful that that's gonna happen. I'm gonna play First Witch. Great role, by the way, because she gets to say Rump-fed Runyon. Need I say any more? Shakespearean insults? Pone. I just hit my bookcase. But the reason I'm talking about this is because we're reading it out loud in class. I guess I'm spoiled because last year in AP Literature, we read books to ourselves. We very rarely read out loud. And yet, here we are reading Macbeth, beautiful Shakespearean language, out loud in a group of hicks and people who don't understand how to read Shakespeare. And yes, I said Shakespeare. I mean, do they not understand that just because you come to the end of a line doesn't mean you're at the end of a sentence? And I mean, they don't understand anything. I mean, today we had someone read the part that hiccate. No, it wasn't even hiccate. It was Linux. In Act 3, Scene 6, and they literally just read, "My former speeches have but hit your thoughts which can interpret farther. Only I can say things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pity, but of Macbeth, Mary, he was dead, And they just read straight through, no thoughts of punctuation, no thoughts of even ending on a line. I mean, I hate people who do that. But the least you could do is do that and not just read straight through and not even consider any punctuation. Oh my god, how boring is this? Oh my god. And I mean, I can even tolerate our Macbeth, who reads slow, but reads, at least pays moderate attention to punctuation. At least I can understand what she is saying. Whereas some people who are reading try to put some emphasis into words and it just makes them sound ridiculous. Am I being mean when I'm saying this? Because I don't want to be mean, but it's terrible, and we need a lesson about how to read verse. I mean, people can't even read poetry. It's terrible, and I guess it's just the actor or the theater fan or whatever coming out of me, but I cannot stand it. So, yeah, I just had to make this video to rant. Until next time, everyone, you guys are rump-fed Runyons.